Good evening or good day, wherever you're at, and welcome to the somatic bedtime practice. So this is something that you can do to regulate your nervous system before you go to bed, and hopefully that will help you get a deeper, more restful sleep. So let's get started. Today, you're going to need two props. So I'm hoping you have these. You're going to need a pillow, and then you're going to need a blanket that we're going to actually wrap around. You're going to wrap around yourself. So maybe something a little bit smaller that you can easily handle will work really well. You could also use like a body size bath towel, and that'll work really well. Maybe even better. I really like using those for what we'll be doing. So with that said, just take a seat. You could do this in your bed. I would encourage you, if you're doing it in your bed, to have like a firm mattress. Otherwise, maybe lay down a yoga mat or a blanket on the floor, just so we can have kind of that firm surface to work on. But if all you have is your bed, that's fine too. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to orient to the room. So we're going to look around and we're giving our body signals of safety by showing it that we're safe, assuming that is the case. Where you are. So just looking around, making sure you look right behind you, up, noticing objects in the room that you like to look at, or maybe they just catch your attention. Maybe they're a little more interesting to look at. And continue looking. Let the eyes move slowly. And actually let the eyes and the neck lead the head, lead the movement of the neck. Kind of following where the eyes want to go. Again, looking behind you, up, around. And assuming that maybe this is a place that you are used to sleeping in, noticing things that you like and noticing that you belong where you are. And if you're in a place that's not so familiar, maybe you've got something that feels familiar with you, maybe what you're wearing, or an object that you brought with you, and just noticing that's yours, and that feels familiar. What does it feel like to feel familiar with something? And bringing the head back to the center, and then just noticing how you feel. And then we're going to wake up the proprioception in the body. So, and all proprioception is it's the sense of where your body is in a room or in a space. And we're going to do that with a nice gentle sweeping motion. So just pick either an arm. We're just going to sweep off our day and use a nice gentle touch. And switch arms. Go as slow as you'd like. The slower the better, really. And just noticing how that feels. Notice your hand sweeping down your arm. Maybe go along the back. Now let's sweep the legs, sweeping the day off. From the thighs down to the feet. Give that a little flick, and let's go to the other side. Starting with the thigh, sweeping down the leg. Noticing the warmth or the sensation of your hands on the leg. And notice if you want more pressure or less pressure. And one more time. Okay, and give that a little flick. And then maybe we just want to sweep the neck. So just taking one hand, the opposite side of the neck, the shoulders. And again, adjust the pressure for what feels comfortable to you. And just notice how that feels. And noticing when signs of nervous system regulation come up, like spontaneous deep breaths that just happen without you making them have to happen, gurgling in the tummy, burping, or pleasant tingling. Those are all signs of nervous system regulation. Switching the other side, running the hand kind of by the ear, along the neck, shoulder. Again, use pressure that feels best to you. Okay, great. And just notice how your body's feeling, noticing the legs. Noticing the arms. Noticing the neck, right? That's where our hands just were. Okay, for this next exercise, what you're going to want to do is we're going to grab that pillow, and I actually want you to have some back support here. So I'm just going to move so my back is against the wall. You could also do this laying down if you don't have anything that's going to support your back. We just want the body to feel supported so it can let go a little bit. And then we're going to take that pillow. And you could also use like your arms if you didn't have a pillow, or like some clothes. And we're just going to squeeze the pillow. And so you're noticing here that you might be kind of sandwiched. And if you can lay your head back, you can do that as well. And remember, you could be doing this laying down. And notice the back being supported by the wall or the floor, whatever your back is leaning against. And it supports you without you having to ask for anything back from it. It's just there, doing its job to support you. Okay, and then notice the pillow. So give the pillow a little squeeze and notice it. Notice the pressure on your body, on the front of your body, and how that feels. Feel where the skin meets the pillow. And you can put the pillow anywhere, anywhere on your body that feels best. I like it on the torso, and really, like when I feel my emotions, it's typically between my neck and my pelvis, somewhere in there. So I like to provide a little extra support to that part of my body. That's where a lot of sensations can show up. And notice what it feels like. Let's give the pillow a little squeeze. And slowly let go. Notice how that feels. And then let's give the pillow a little squeeze. Not too hard. And let go. And now just resting and noticing the support of the pillow, the support of whatever surface you're leaning against or lying on. Good. And now let's just release the pillow. And let's place it to the side. And now we're going to grab that blanket or a towel, whatever works for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this around ourselves. So we've got this blanket or a towel. And what I want you to do is kind of grip it, and we want it to kind of come across the tops of the shoulders like this. And then we're just going to hold it in place. You could use one hand or two hands, it's up to you. And just notice how that feels. For me, this is personally one of the most regulating things that I can do. It's very effective for me. So just take a couple breaths. Notice how it feels to be held. Notice the pressure. And we're just going to give that a little rock. So the movement is coming from the tailbone. And just a nice, slow little rock. You could think of this, imagine yourself as maybe you live kind of by the mountains like I do. So I think of this as like a tall pine tree swaying in the wind. Maybe you live by the ocean. Maybe it's seaweed just rocking in the waves, the momentum of the waves. just notice how that feels. Noticing maybe when you take a breath, the extra pressure around your shoulders. Notice if you want less pressure from the blanket or whatever you're wrapping yourself with, or maybe you want more. So always adjusting. And now let's add in a hum here, okay? I'm not sure how it's gonna, sometimes it doesn't carry through on the mic very well. We're just doing a hum, and just notice where you feel that in your body, okay? So breathe in and again. And one last time. Good, and then just come to stillness. Take a breath. Okay, and let's release, wrapping ourselves up with that blanket. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to lie down. And the reason I like a nice firm surface is because it feels good to have the feedback of like the firm surface on the body. You can really feel it. You can feel your like the pressure points. Okay, so laying down, you're going to have your feet or your legs bent and your feet kind of in this standing sort of position. At least that's what I'm going to call it. And now we're going to do something, we're just going to do some frog legs. So we're going to stretch out the leg and then bring it back. So you pick what side. So when I say we're going to stretch out one leg, what's your immediate impulse? Like which leg do you want to do? Go with that one. I'm going with my right leg. We're just going to let it fall open. Stretch. Notice how, then completely let go so it relaxes. Notice how that feels. Now, don't do it yet, but we're going to bring it back. So just thinking about it. Okay, and now slowly drag it back. And rest. And let's do the same leg one more time. So stretching it out. And notice how it feels when you're stretching it out. Are there other parts of your body that are helping you? Maybe you feel your back engaging a little bit. And bring it back. And remember, we're not doing anything that hurts. If anything that I'm doing is bothering you, just skip it or adjust it so it's comfortable for you. You could even just engage your leg a little bit, lift your foot a little bit, and then rest it. Okay, and then other leg. So start stretching it out. Rest at the bottom, completely let go. Okay, and now don't move yet, but we're going to, so you're thinking about it, kind of feel that impulse. You want to move your leg. We know what we're about to do, and let's do that. Okay, and bring it up. And rest. And let's do it one more time. Stretching it out. Let it completely rest. Notice the impulse and bring the leg back up. Good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to do some light tapping just on the rib cage. So we're just going to do some bilateral tapping. So that means we're going to tap on one side and then the other. And it doesn't really matter what you do with your, like, we don't have to hit like an exact point. It's just somewhere on the lower rib. So let's do a bit of tapping. So you can start one side and then the other. And just noticing how that feels. Let your eyes relax. Maybe you want to let your eyes drift away from the screen if you're looking at it. Maybe look up at the roof or something in your room that is pleasant. Maybe there's a color or a shadow or a light cast on the wall. Okay, and just keep tapping. Okay, and then just let that come to a rest. Notice how you feel. Now you stay lying down. I'm going to sit up so that you can see what I'm doing. And you can sit up if you'd like to, but feel free to lie down. I want you to be as relaxed as possible. And we're just going to sweep the face. So let's start up at the forehead and just bringing with a light, gentle touch around the eyes and the cheekbones. Then sweeping down the mouth, and the chin, and then up to the ears. Okay, and let's do that one more time from the top, going nice and slow, and using the touch that your body's asking for. And I like a really nice, soft, gentle touch. Okay, so around the temples, the eyes, down the nose, the smile lines, into the chin. Then let's just sweep up to the cheeks. And then just notice how you're feeling at this point. Noticing the legs, the back. If you're still lying down, noticing how that feels. Can you feel your fingers? Give your fingers a little wiggle. Noticing the arms, the neck, the head. Feel the support. Resting the head against your pillow and just noticing if there are parts of your neck or your head where the muscles can let go. If not, that's okay. Just noticing what parts can let go and what parts don't want to, and that's okay. And now we're just going to do 3 breaths. So we're going to take in a 4-second breath, and then we're just going to slowly let it blow out of pursed lips, like you're blowing out a birthday candle, but really slowly. Okay, so breathe in and out. Breathe in, breathe out. Last breath, breathe in and breathe out. And then just resting, letting the breath return to normal. Again, noticing the head, the back, the body just being supported wherever you are. And that's it for today. So I hope that you enjoyed today's practice. Please let me know if you liked it. So like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you, and sweet dreams.